This video is gonna make me sound like a conspiracy theorist, and by the end of this video, I can already guaranteeingly tell you, 90% of the people who would have watched this video will already start spamming hate messages that, oh yeah bro, you're a toxic masculine man, grow up, that kind of sort of stuff. I already believe 90% of the people who will watch this video will either leave it because of their short attention spans and they cannot concentrate of a man having regular conversation with them, or they're either gonna spam hate messages and try to prey on my downfall. But those of you who generally are here to see change and want to see answers, this is the perfect video for you. This is the perfect video for you. So if you want to know the truth, if you have asked the Lord for a sign, then there it is. Here it is. This is your sign. This is what you specifically need to know. The genuine sly lies told by specifically the world and even by Satan and his army. There is a very good reason why in the Lord's word, Jesus specifically said, in the end days, you will be persecuted and you will be hated for my name's sake. And I'm gonna be honest, the persecution of Christians, especially in the modern days, is something that you can apparently see. That you can clearly see even in the modern days. Christians that specifically tell the truth with no filter and aren't afraid to get cancelled by the world and by this woke media are being persecuted right now. They are being persecuted. I can already guaranteeingly tell you, one day there'll be this one faithful day where this channel will be eradicated. It will be wiped off the face of the internet. This channel will be destroyed. I can already tell you that. This channel will be wiped off. My community, which generally is a full brotherhood, a place where people are there for each other and give good advice on how you can improve, will be eradicated and destroyed and just wiped off of the face of this planet. And it's all specifically because of the truth that does not want to be revealed to you. The world always tells you this lie to you, that it wants to help you, wants to give you a good, bright future. It wants to give you health. It wants to give you money. It wants to give you a good possible life. Meanwhile, when you finally start taking off that TikTok and finally start to look at real life, that is the time you specifically start seeing the true colors and the true reality of this world. The world tells you that it's trying to give you healthier food options and it's trying to maintain your health. Meanwhile, your food, so-called food, is packed with seed oils, preservatives, e-substances, refined sugars, corn syrups, glucose syrups, fructose syrups, things that absolutely ruin your life. Ruin your life, ruin your health, and most depressingly and most sadly, ruin your fertility. The world also tells you that it tries to give you housing. It wants to give you the best possible housing for you to house your future family. Meanwhile, the housing prices are absolutely skyrocketing and people are barely paying rent. The world always tries to constantly give you comfort and soothe this lie into you that you've done it well enough and you need to always have comfort because your younger years are all you have and this life is all you have, which is most likely the main reason why you will feel depressed and miserable in your future life. For us, let me tell you something which I've already told you in one of my older videos, which is the fact that, keep these words in mind by the way, the opinions of the world leads you to slavery. The opinions of God leads you to freedom. And my question is, which side of information and which opinions are you standing by? Are you really the type of person that every single day will do absolutely anything for the Lord and do his opinion and do his will and try to get spiritually closer to him? Or are you this typical kind of guy who says, yeah, I'm close to the Lord? Meanwhile, you still live in unrepentant sin. You listen to these sinful, demonic musicians and you listen to the lies of the media. And you say you're so-called man of the faith. You're a so-called man of the faith. Because let me tell you the fact that you can live in comfort. If you want to live in comfort, go ahead. You can. You can continue living in this miserable, comfortable life. Just acknowledge the fact that the world is successfully slowly turning you into a slave, just as it intended, because the world does not want you to succeed. These elites that are running the world do not want you to succeed. They're specifically planning in meetings. They're always talking about things on how they can ruin your life and keep you in the position you are now. In short, simple terms, the entertainment industry is an experiment. It is an experiment specifically conducted to you. You are an experimental lab rat. You are a lab rat to these elites. Because, bro, let me tell you this. This is a little bit off topic, but also on topic at the same time. Did you know that the owner of Pepsi doesn't even let his kids touch their products? Did you know that? Did you know that the owners of Pepsi, the CEO of Pepsi does not allow his kids to go one step closer, to get a step closer to a Pepsi can? Have you ever wondered why? Have you ever wondered why specifically these CEOs who do massive marketing campaigns and saying that these things are helpful for you and your health, meanwhile they don't allow their kids and their family to touch their products? Because as I already said in the start of the video of the Bible verse that you will be persecuted because of my name's sake is more than apparent in this specific world, in this specific time of age. Because let me ask you this, bro. Have you ever seen any other Christian content creators who do content like this? Have you ever seen a content creator who speaks to you the raw truth? Who speaks to you the raw truth? This is the reason why this video is a sign. Because for one, you truly want to change. You truly, genuinely want to change. And two, the Lord specifically manipulated the algorithm so this shows up to you. So if you see this video, it's 10 minutes into the video and 99% have clicked off. 99% have clicked off. This proves that you're better than this world and that you're still not a submissive slave, and there's still hope into saving you. There is a lot of hope in saving you, brother. And about this part which I mentioned about food and fertility, let me mention this to you, the fact that all of these substances you see in your food, the substances like, if for example, if you take a can of Coca-Cola, if you look at the back, especially in the United States, there are substances these companies are putting that are eliminating your chance to have children in the future. Think of how disgusting it is. And it's all specifically easily explained in this one old ancient saying, which goes by the words of, if you want to control a man, keep his belly full and his balls empty. And this is the way of how you can control a man. You keep him weak and fed, which is the reason why your food is packed with seed oils, poison. There's a reason why your doctor always prescribes you 20,000 medicines instead of just going outside and having a balanced diet and spending time with your family. It's because these things make you weak. These things make you weak, and most importantly, they kill your ability to have children. They genuinely kill your ability to have children. And if you don't believe me, do your research yourself. Look it up. The information is right in front of you. The information is genuinely one in front of you. So don't tell me that I'm a conspiracy theorist, because this is a thing which is happening around the world. It's even happening to you. Have you ever noticed the brain fog you receive and you get after you finish eating these seed oils and McDonald's and all these disgusting foods? You feel brain fog. That is brain fog, brother. This is why you feel miserable and empty. I know you might be asking the questions of, okay, this is messed up. How do we change now? The best way of how you can change is by doing two things. The first thing is accept Christ. Accept Christ into your life. Because for us in his word, he specifically said, I am the truth, and this truth will set you free. For us, everything which I have just mentioned is also found in the Lord's word. He specifically said that things like this are gonna happen in the end times. He specifically told you and predicted this entire thing which is happening in the world 2,000 years ago. And let me tell you by the fact that the Lord is always constantly waiting for you. He is desperately waiting for you to come back to him and surrender your life to him. Because I can tell you this, the moment when I surrendered my life to Christ, there's something that I've lost in my life. and that is I lost emptiness. The reason why you feel empty is not because of health problems or because you're diagnosed ADHD depression. It's simply because you don't have Christ. You feel spiritually empty. You feel spiritually empty. And the only way how to combat this and cure it is by accepting Christ in your life. And this is how you eliminate emptiness out of your life. So please, I beg to you. He is someone who will be there for you and will never lie to you, will always be there for you and forgive you for all of your sins. He is the only way how you can get up there. So start accepting Christ in your life, because this will change your life. I can guarantee you. There's hundreds of videos on YouTube of people specifically telling of how Christ changed their life and how are they saved. How are they saved? There's even a prank YouTuber, I think his name was Gideon. Did you know he surrendered his life to Christ? Did you generally know he surrendered his life to Christ? Or another example, Ryan Trahan. He also surrendered his life to Christ. He's a Christian.
I was atheist, cynical atheist even. Whenever I would talk to Christians, I was always very questioning their beliefs. I realized it all came from a place of non-closure with my grandma of I just really want to know. I started taking a lot less cynical approach towards asking questions, just starting to pray and starting to ask myself, what do I believe? Ultimately, I did land on Jesus. I can't believe I'm saying that, bro, because I literally would have absolutely clowned on myself 3 years ago. Whenever I started looking at who Jesus was, I realized wow, this is so loving. And if I can potentially have a relationship with him, I'm just gonna try. Now it is my source of joy. It is my source of love. It is my source of everything. Because I have that, I can go out into the world and do onto others what I feel I already have.
Massive empire on YouTube. He even met Mr. Beast. He gave Mr. Beast a penny. He had so much success on YouTube. He had astronomical amounts of wealth. He had generational wealth. And he had everything in life. But he felt empty. That is because he didn't have Christ in his life. So simply accept Christ, for this will change and will help you in your life. And the second way of how you can combat this is simply just start to look at the world of how it really is. Start to look from it from a different angle. And just simply eliminate all these things. Eliminate all these things out of your life. For example, if you don't use TikTok or Instagram and any other short form content to generate revenue, to generally make generational wealth from it, just simply delete it. Simply delete it if you don't use it as a business. View the world and believe what you see, not what people saying they see. So I hope you have really learned something from this video today. And I also want to mention the fact that things like this become easier with the brotherhood, which is, as I said in the third time, is that if you want to change and if you want to genuinely make these things easier for you, then click the first link in the description. For as I have created a brotherhood that specifically isn't there to step on your head for success, but this is a place where people are there for you, willing to give you one-to-one insights, willing to give you support and help in any things you need, and a place where I can give you personalized mentorship and ways of how I can make money, how I can get close to God, anything you need, completely for free. I'm not charging you anything. I'm not lying to you. This is all for free. And also you can also like and subscribe to support this ministry, and comment down below if you have something you want to say to me. Pretty much. Thank you all for watching this video. And I see you guys in our crusade and tomorrow. Jesus loves you.